And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Make HOAG Money, old school style. We have been working on making improvements, and sometimes that changes things a little bit, and hopefully you enjoyed the market prep this morning. And we're working on more and more information and time to spend with you guys, so really looking forward to it. And again, bear with us while we make these changes. This is me. I'm John Hoagland, Senior Performance Coach here at Top Step. I've been around the block a few times. This is the CFTC disclaimer. It states that there's a lot of risk in futures trading. We should know that. These are leveraged products. You do run the risk of losing more than your initial investment. We should only be using risk capital, and to me, risk capital is money I can afford to lose. We are not suggesting the purchase or sale of any product today. This is for educational purposes only. This is a live account. This is one of my accounts, but you guys are going to be making and helping with the decision making on taking trades here. There's no expectation for any results, and any past results are never indicative of future results. Make HOAG Money rules. Kindness and respect are expected above everything. There's always differences of opinions in markets. It's what makes them so good. We're going to have a couple of people enabled to speak today. We're all going to be involved in the decision making, and if you have an trade idea, context is going to be helpful in that regard. We're going to use the chat rooms in YouTube and on Zoom to discuss trades. I'll be polling you to vote. Sometimes that causes us to miss a trade here and there, but that's just the way it is for now. We're going to be focusing on the MES for opportunities. We're not going to trade just to trade. We're not taking losing trades, which is meant to be a joke. We know that there are going to be losses. We just have to cut our losses and move on and look for the next opportunity, or wait for the next opportunity to come to us. Feedback is always appreciated. Here is the platform. Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, that's the wrong platform. Hang on. Boy, did I have a lot of fun the last couple of days trying to hook up a router that ended up, a modem router that ended up being flawed. The manufacturer said, yeah, take that one back and trade it in for another one. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We just spent a whole day trying to get hooked up and this thing isn't going to work. So I went with a different brand. It's good to see everybody. Good to see everyone. My brother Rick is here this morning. We're going to get him here to chat very soon. Daniel, if you got time, Rick. JT, good to see you. Shaw, Joe. Yesterday was a wild one. What band? I can think of as Wild Wild West, which was, can't think of that band either. Will, Ben, good to see you. Vince, I agree, Randolph, Sell. All right, let's get down to business here. As far as context is concerned, we're right in the middle of a long area of balance here in the S&Ps. Here's the 30-minute chart. We're in the middle of value from yesterday. My suggestion is I would be really trying to stay relatively quiet until there's some range is established throughout the day. I know we got some big sellers here. Here's the profiles from yesterday. We've just opened up. I want to get it without the overnight for now. So here we are, right in the middle of value and range from yesterday. Here is including the overnight. We're right at the overnight low right now. Again. We'll get Rick in here. We'll get Randolph in here. He's our perma seller. Where you at, brother? Here he is. You're going to have to turn on your mic if you want to talk.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rick. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just entering some orders.
Active already, huh?
Yeah, stuff like silver was down like almost 70 cents for some reason, and gold's higher. I can't figure that out. So buying some SLV ETFs. But I did play the NASDAQ yesterday. It did pretty good.
Good. Yeah, I was out of commission yesterday.
Yeah. I actually played it on the short side. So got out before, but
All right, and here's the Zoom link, Mr. Harrison.
yeah.
Paste. There you go. There you go. So we've got an opening drive here. Looks like the opening range is the high of the session. Pretty decent opening range too. 38.5 to 3, so 5 point opening range. And we were a little late getting in here. We may have thought about doing that, but what do we do now? The Trogs. You're digging back deep there, Mr. Drennan. But a range trade to try and get responsive trade higher. I like it. Greg is short. You're short the high of the overnight. Well, you're short from a long time ago. Don't you sleep, Greg? It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
That 4167 area is going to be tough to get through.
Yeah, I mean, it's a recent range high, right? We're not even anywhere near that here just yet. So, did anybody see the FDIC said they're going to have an announcement today?
Fuck.
Kish Carey was speaking a little while ago. May still be. All right. Hey, Greg, I'll get you in here. Hang on. There you go. Yeah, we got one speaking now. We got another one. Waller.
Good morning,
speaking.
gentlemen.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, I wasn't short from the open or high. I was saying if we get up there.
Oh, short from the
But
low.
I didn't. Right. But I didn't see the charts when I was talking. So now that I see the charts, we got a 9-point sell-off since the open.
Yep.
Well, I can share some levels.
Well, let's
Let me see.
just stick
I have the initial balance.
initial balance.
For the first 1 minute, right? That's a framework we're in now.
Oh, that's the opening range.
Right, for the first 1 minute. Okay.
Right. And it's the dead ass high of the day here. So it gives me caution to look for longs, but I don't think that we're, really at risk of any major downside moves, at least the way things look now. Joe was talking about looking for an opportunity on a low here somewhere. There are a couple of folks talking about looking at the value low from yesterday, which is right here, and then volume value low is down here for a potential look at a long. $23 billion hole in the FDIC insurance fund. Means by the time I go to take my money out, it'll be broke.
You got a VWAP anywhere on there?
Oh yeah, let me get that on here. I got a little harried this morning with the new program that we're trying to do here, and there we go. VWAP 4150.
And you're looking to go long, huh?
Not really, because the opening range is the high of the day. I tend not to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking for any major moves to the downside either.
Yeah.
So Ben's looking for a short of 33.75. A half back right now is 35.72, 75. The overnight low is right here at 41.36.50. I'm kind of liking the idea of a potential short up against the half back here. Greg, half back. Do we want to try it? Do we want to look for a short here at the half back mark, which is 35.75. I'll send a poll here on YouTube. Short. $75. Rob says wait for VWAP to get short. We'll see what the vote is here. Yeah. Waller speaks at 9:15. Yes.
It shouldn't have much of a reaction off of him, right?
No, not off of her.
Or her?
Yeah. It depends on where she is and what she's talking about. Or him. I mean, Christopher. I was looking at it wrong. Christopher Waller. Christopher Walken is talking. All right. We're at 50% on YouTube. We're at 77% yes on the Zoom meeting. I'm going to end the Zoom meeting. 70% participated. Here are the results. You give it another minute here for the YouTube side.
Dollar just crossed over the 102 level. I don't know what's causing that.
All right, so here's the results from the YouTube side. 55% yes, 77% yes. We're going to give it a try here.
So we jumping in now?
41.35 half. No, we're going to try and get a little bit better trade location.
Sell it on a rally.
Yeah.
41.35. 41.35 half?
Yep. Half back.
Better. Half back, Mr. Hoag, my favorite level.
Aflac.
You go duck hunting, Mr. Hoag?
Me? No, I've never shot anything in my life.
Yeah, same here.
Maybe a few fish.
Yeah.
A sturgeon?
Shooting fish, huh? In the barrel?
No, I mean I catch fish and eat them.
Yeah,
But,
walleye. You know.
Big.
Where would it stop be, Mr. Hogue?
That's what I'm wondering. What's your
Yeah, I didn't
suggestion?
I have some ideas. You could confirm it. I have a daily pivot is 41.45.75. I would like to hide behind there.
41. Where?
41.47.75. That's 10 points from my entry.
Well, I've
Pretty
got.
wide, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a stop, kind of a catastrophic stop above the opening range by 4 ticks. So
Okay.
so,
Well, I'll join in with you. That's fair.
so we're in. Now we got the overnight low here, which, reaccepting inside the overnight low might not be a good thing for us. So I don't think we're going to hold this to the stop.
Yeah, I do see some buying presence coming in. But this could be a bearish pullback. This is when trading gets tricky right here, because this could be the pullback or it could be the acceptance of a new trend.
Evolving, this is a 30-minute chart. We can look at a shorter time frame here. Here's a 5-minute chart. Folks like those shorter time frame charts. I'm thinking this high right here, 41.43. It's kind of our opening range high there. So I think we're in a good spot, but I don't know if I like to hold it that far. Vince says he thinks it's going to target the gap to 40.98.
We got filled, correct?
Yeah, we're filled. We're in. To this gap right here. It's an island low. Mr. Harrison pointed that out. It is a weakness in structure. I like the idea. I like the thought.
There's no gaps to fill, right?
Yeah, down below.
From that island. Okay,
40.98, right.
Yep. What was your target?
40.98. I'd be fine with yesterday's low.
4,100 psychological too. Just remember that.
All right, we'll put a seed down.
Wait. 40.98 for the stop loss or the exit?
Exit.
40.98.
Gap close.
Will we going long now? Oh, I'm a little confused.
No, we're short.
Yeah, he's short.
You mean 41.98?
No, if we're short, 40.98 would be a good target.
That's where you'd like to buy it in.
Yeah, we're short.
Okay. Whew. My head messed up. All right. Yeah, I'm in with you.
Just, take it easy on the drinking this early in the morning, okay?
I wish. Maybe it's too much caffeine.
Yeah, that could be my problem too sometimes.
Mr. Patak said he drinks hot water. That kind of threw me off.
Yeah,
I've seen a YouTube short today.
first thing he drinks is hot water. I'm like, bleh.
What? At least throw some lemon in there. He probably throw some lemon in
And then
there.
he grabs coffee once he sits down to trade.
We're in the money. We're in the money. Man, I wonder if that song was designed for options. You know, when you're young, you don't think about these things.
Right. I think that song was long before Options.
Yeah,
I think that was
it's a
in
pure,
the
pure
20s,
coincidence. Mm-hmm.
the roaring
Right.
20s. Yes. What is delta? Not much. Just a even delta. Minus 300. Gold's coming off pretty hard, Mr.
Yeah.
Vince has said.
Gold and silver.
There's the daily. Here's the 30. Yeah, getting a nice push.
When you look at it on the 30-minute, this looks like a buying tail, right? Could be a trap.
Yeah, but you gotta finish the bar.
Gotta finish the bar. Gotta complete the story.
Yeah, it's not a buy and tail until it is.
Wow, Mr. Ho, look at her go. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's why opening range is the high. I'm looking for shorts.
Remember, Mr. Ho, remember the same thing happened to us last week. Remember?
Yeah.
We missed it.
Yeah.
Best teacher is experience.
Yeah. Well, this one we got so far. It ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over.
Ah! Hey, Mr. Patak is watching us on YouTube. He says, gotta love the hot water, boys.
We should ask him, is it plain or you mix it with something? Hopefully he answers us.
Maybe a little bourbon, a little hot toddy for you.
Hot toddy.
Mr.
Hoagie.
I drink hot water in the morning too, but it has coffee in it.
For make HOAG money's purposes,
Yes.
when will we break even this trade? When would you suggest we break even?
I am so cautious about moving stops to break even because it's still a valid trade. Now, we've moved our half back. We've extended the range here in the first 30 minutes. So I would probably be looking to, if I was going to be moving my stop, it wouldn't be to break even here just yet. I would want it to be above this low volume node here. So we're going to drag this to about here. We're going to trim some of the risk, but I'm not moving to break even because it's still a valid trade.
Correct. I have a suggestion, Mr. Hoag. Hold on, let me take a deep breath. With group session, are you able to speak about trade management?
Of course.
I think I would love if you could make that the topic.
Yeah.
Strategies to break even, things like that. Because I feel like as a trader, when you think you have a good trade, managing it to help get the most out of it, I believe would help a lot of people.
Of course,
If it's a way for you guys to do it without, breaking any rules.
and this goes for everybody. If you have a question, if you have something that we want to address, Greg is talking about, trade management, and it's a huge subject. And I just go from my experience. But if anybody has a question that they think of during Make HOAG Money, during the prep, during the reflection, during anything we do, write it down, email it to me, say, this is a question for group coaching. My email address is jhoagland@topstep.com. JHOAGLAND@topstep.com. Give me a chance to kind of prepare, I think, a good response to it. I mean, I can, nobody knows everything, Greg, and I certainly don't. If there's a question that I can't answer, I'm not going to cheese my way through it. I'm going to tell you, you know what? This is an opportunity for us to learn together. But, from trade management, I'll speak from my experience and the experience that I have from working with traders over the last, 10, 12, 13 years.
Yes, sir. And that's pretty much the premise I come from. I don't see you as a know-it-all, but
no,
I see you as a very
does.
wise person.
Nobody
very
knows
wise.
everything. I make this.
Yes.
I make mistakes. I make the same mistakes over and over again. This is such an ambiguous game. Once you get the right answer, the market's going to change the questions. There's no yes or no, right or wrong. It's all in your perception, your mind state, your ability to pay yourself. I mean, there's so many facets to it. So, Greg, do me a favor, email me that question. And
no problem.
I've got all kinds of slides and all kinds of things from previous opportunities from webinars, from previous questions in group coaching that I can pull up and prepare for the answer.
No problem.
So,
because sometimes I'm afraid to ask certain questions because you guys can't really answer questions in a way that you give a bias. I think that's how I would say it, right?
Correct.
I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right. So
because as you all know, the minute I say something about the market loves to make a liar out of me. So,
yeah, man.
If there was something that so look at how negative Delta's getting now, minus 4,000. We got some aggressive selling coming in here, and if it doesn't continue and Delta continues to decrease in value, then maybe we found buyers. But so far, I'm kind of looking.
So basically, if we have an increase in Delta and price doesn't reflect it, that means that the big boys are buying those shares up.
Correct.
Getting ready to turn
But
the
you
market
got to be
around.
careful when you're talking about negative numbers, because an increase in this number would be a smaller negative number.
Right. If compared to the whole market.
If the value decreases further, like we get down to 6, 8, 10,000 negative Delta, and we haven't put in a new low, that's a warning shot for me.
Mm.
So definitely email me that so that I don't forget.
For sure. I definitely will. After the session, yes. During the day, I'll email you. No problem.
Yes, please do. And that goes for anybody. If you have a question, email it. Help me get prepared for the best answer. What was I going to do? Oh, Jeff. Settings for cumulative delta. Now, cumulative delta on TS Trader, you've got to get the Tiki cumulative delta line and upload it and then put it on your charts, and then you'll adjust it this way. You want session, not chart. Session. You want it to start a half an hour before the regular trading hour opens. So if you're in Central Time, you want the chart to start at 8 a.m., not 8:30. Why? I don't know, but I have another platform that I have Delta on, and it matches the session Delta on the other platform. If you started a half an hour early, then you want to show value so you can see the number itself down here at 40, negative 4,200, 4,300. And it is correct. It is the right number. So that's how you can get session delta. If you're looking at cumulative delta, you got to do a whole lot of math to try and figure out what the delta is. So Edward, if you look here, indicators, go to Explore Community Indicators. There's all these Tiki indicators, Tiki cumulative delta line. Install it. And then adjust it to the way we discussed. Good, Jeff. Now, sometimes it doesn't necessarily present correctly on TS Trader. So what I do is, if you have your platform open and you hit F5 on your computer, it'll reboot your computer, and then it will probably show up correctly. So here's what we were talking about. We're down to negative 7,000 delta. We have not yet put in a new low. Let's see if we can do it now. Joe says 20 to 25 liquidity. So we're in a liquidity zone here. Negative 7,200 delta, which is incorrect now. So now it's showing incorrect. Let's hit F5 again. So it kind of makes me crazy. Should read 3,700 there. Oh, no. It did for a second. Here's the delta I'm looking at, and this is the one I really kind of trust the most. So there's negative 3,700. Let's see if we can get it to go back to that. 3,700, 3,700, 3,700. So that was a little bit of a fake there. See, it went to it, and then it came back to this. Let's try looking at a different chart. Daily, 30. There. Now it's got it. Now it's on. Okay. So that's one of the little caveats to TS Trader is sometimes that Tiki cumulative delta doesn't necessarily present correctly. Give it a few tries first. All right, Joe, we see that the volume point of control just dropped to the low of the session. This can be either a confirmation of volume moving lower, and if we can't take out this low, it can also be indicative of finding buyers down here, because we're accumulating a whole lot of volume at the bottom of the zone here, of the range. Now we've got a new TPO. Oh, negative 3,500 delta.
Mr. Hogue, we had reversed from 41.16 yesterday.
We have what?
We reversed from 41.16 yesterday.
Yes.
You're kind of in the same area.
A little bit of excess.
So is that the? Mm-hmm.
The thing that talks to me about yesterday's profile, yesterday's session. Here we opened. Let me take a quick look here. Yesterday's auctions on both ends failed. So If that's going to go and continue today, we might think about taking a profit here, because here's yesterday's low, and the auction failed twice. The auction failed to the upside as well. It's leaning more towards rotational trade today. So what do? Do we fish, or do we cut bait?
I want to cut bait.
Okay, I'm polling.
Yeah, because this could be this. Well, okay, I'll say it this way. I'm kind of jumping the gun, but this could be the IB low of the day. If this holds for the next 30 minutes, and it could be end up being the bottom of the range. If it's a range bound day with about maybe 10 to 9 points for the day. For the hourly opening rates, for the initial balance.
You can reel it in, and you can always put it back out, John.
All right, I'm seeing
maybe half back of the initial balance after 10:30. Well, you'll be gone by then.
Why is this not coming out?
I don't mind forcing it.
Launch. Okay, now we got cut bait. I'm seeing a couple of cut baits here and there. Cut bait. Cut bait. All right, we're cutting bait. We're out. Almost 10 points on that trade.
But what will Mr. Hoag do here?
I probably would have taken the trade.
Yeah, no, I figured that you would have stayed in.
Nah, because yesterday's auction failed on both ends.
You can always put it back out.
Yeah.
On a rally.
So that's what kind of said to me, this is where the auction failed yesterday.
Sell it against VWAP.
Well, that would be up at 43. That would be right back up to the opening range. I would consider doing something like that. I don't know. If somebody has like a radio or a TV open, please close it.
That's gonna get you that.
Or just shut off your mic. There we go. All right.
What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm chilling right now. I'm thinking we're losing delta. Hang on 1 second here. Just watching. The thing about it is, man, that
Maybe go long down here.
that volume point of control you know, it can indicate that the sellers that were so aggressive on the way down aren't aggressive enough to keep price moving lower. They've found buyers down here. We're seeing delta decreasing in negativity. We're losing the delta. We're losing the aggression. If we get a chance down here near the low, I'm always going to be demanding good trade location on everything we do.
I think that's another topic too. Trade location, trade management.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But we have a speaker coming up.
Yeah.
You think price is stalling because of the spread talk?
I doubt it. I mean, people are going to do what they're doing.
Okay.
And who knows what they're going to say.
At least we got a bird in our hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, we'll take 10 points on this day so far. We had a winner on Monday too, when I started losing internet.
Yes, we did. You didn't sign on yesterday, correct? I was looking for you.
I did not because I was having internet issues.
Okay, I thought you went straight to YouTube yesterday. Okay,
No,
and then it's all right. Now it makes sense now.
Yeah, it was.
You left us, Mr. Hoag.
I didn't leave you. The internet left me.
Because our days are numbered, man. So, cherishing them.
Huh. Edward, watch your Wallerette. Waller's coming on. Watch your Wallerette. I like it. I like it. Edward's long at 24.
Are you going to go long, John?
I personally wouldn't want to. There's our...
Yeah, same here. There's no confirmation for a long.
There's our poll for cut bait, 73% on Zoom, 50% here on YouTube. So Rue is asking, are we on a bear flag? I would be looking at the daily on that. Not really seeing a bear flag here. If we're looking at the daily, you may be looking at something else, a shorter time frame. Rue? Yeah, see, I'm not in the mood here for necessarily a long because the opening range remains the high of the day. We've been one time framing for 4 straight half hours. And it's a long day.
What would be a typical buy signal using TPOs?
Well, I mean, in simple terms.
Right. Simple as you can.
Excess.
Textbook. Excess. Okay, buying
previous excess. Now, we're viewing this, you and me, Greg, as an auction that wasn't successful to the downside yesterday. So you could look at this and say that is excess.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
And I will also
buy against those lows.
It's not really true excess because we want the long buying tail or the selling tail. This was excess yesterday. And I can look at the daily chart too and see excess. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
That long shadow at the top, excess.
Spinning top. I can't really see the wicks.
No, there's only the wick on top. I mean, look at all the excess.
Right.
Look at all the excess on these daily bars.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with this one. And what kind of open interest came in that day? March 13th. I can tell you. Hang on. Oh, that was a rollover day. So we added almost 300,000 that day. That was the day we changed to the June contract.
The technicals say this is a bottom, but my gut tells me that the speakers might throw a monkey wrench into things.
Of course, don't they always?
Now you're range trading.
One thing Top Step taught me, anytime you have news of Fed speaks, stay flat.
Get a little in the middle now, John.
What's that?
Looking at that chart
The daily?
on the left. Yeah, it's just kind of.
It's nothing. I mean, we haven't moved in a month.
I know.
We haven't
I
moved in a
know.
month.
Diddling in the middle. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. You got
Yeah.
look at the range. You got 41.85 or 90 on the high, and 40.80 area on the lows.
Yep.
4100 area.
Yeah. And, so doesn't it seem to make sense that we're probably more in short time frame control than longer
I think
time
you can play both sides.
Yeah, I mean,
Position.
if you get to the extremes, of course, but here
Well-
we're stuck.
Yeah, or you can use shorter time frames if you want to just risk with keep your
Well-
stops close.
Well, that's what we're doing with the 30-minute. Some people like a shorter time frame, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I like the 30 because it lines up nicely with the profiles.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm not that active. I'm looking for, 2-to-1 reward on 6 points of risk, generally speaking. So I'm looking for bigger opportunities.
You got to plan your entries smartly.
Yes. Yeah. So, Greg, and back to what we were talking about, you could view this as excess, but it's a wide area of excess. If I'm going to be looking for a long, I'd rather buy it down here than up here. In the daytime frame, this is presenting as a degree of excess here. So, if we think that the market has put in a bottom, we can trade against this, risk a little bit, and if we're right, maybe we take out the high of the opening range and we get back into, a move to the upper value area, TPO value area up here. The point of control from the overnight, volume point of control, and point of control from the overnight. So, but, as a general rule of thought, when the market leaves the opening range at the upper extreme, I'm generally 90% of the time going to be looking for shorts. So that's why I'm kind of cautious down here against this low. Okay, where this is presenting as correct, we're still holding negative to 2,000, 2,500 basically in delta.
I agree. One more minute.
What time this guy talked?
9:15. Joe has got his hand
My
up.
calendar shows 9:45. This is the Fed president, right?
No, this is Christopher Waller.
I don't know. Doc just had an accident.
Uh-oh.
I'll talk to you guys.
All right.
Have a good day, everybody.
Love you, Rick.
Love you too. Bye.
Hi, Hog.
Hey, Joe. What's going on?
You want to look at the order flow for a couple of minutes?
Yeah, sure. Here, let's check it out.
Can you see it?
Not yet. Gotta hit share screen.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
See where it's moving here? Wants
sir.
to break out of this big consolidation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fuel right up here. A lot of fuel. At least a short-term trade.
Mm-hmm.
The way I would play it is look for a move and then a pullback. Maybe a pullback to where this top is on this consolidation, which is 40, which is 30-ish.
Basically right where we are.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's tried to accept down here, but it can't even get near this huge liquidity here at 20. It's tried a couple times. See the delta on that? That's 700 contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps trying. You know, this is not the kind of day I trade personally, but, you know, we've got on the internals, this is the first move above the zero line. Here's the zero line this is the tick chart.
Uh-huh.
So you can see all morning we've been below the zero line.
Sure.
And on the add line, as you can see, we're 1,500 minus.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the battleship that's a slow mover. This is the volume versus up volume
Versus down volume.
And it's going low. It just hit a new low as we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
So
looks like we may be hitting a new low.
yeah. So let me get back to the book map. Yeah. So we still have a lot of fuel up here. If we're going to break out, this is going to be the fuel.
Joe, why do you say there's a bunch of fuel up above?
Well, these shorts right here.
And just open space above.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we can't put in a new low here, all those shorts are going to get real nervous.
Exactly. Yeah. And this yellow line here is your. Let me start this thing at 9:30.
The point of control.
Yeah, that's the developing point of control.
Mm-hmm.
So this tells you that so far today, most of the volume is right here
Right
at 24, 25.
Yep.
And here's my intraday VWAP. So we continue to trade below the VWAP, except this little move here, and between the VWAP and the new volume point of control that came out at 9:58. And this is heavy liquidity down here. It came into the book around 9:43.
Understood.
And what I like about these liquidity levels, they're not absolute support and resistance. They don't make it that easy. But if they pull, which if you look back here, let's see, where is it? Okay, right here, we came down, and this was heavy liquidity at the time, and they pulled it.
Right. It was spoofing.
You know? Yeah, exactly. So if this is real here and it trades, you know, that kind of supports starting to look for a long. I mean, it's not a buy signal, I'm saying, but it's information if you're looking for a long that you want to take in.
Awesome. All right. I've got a
Heavy liquidity here at 1920.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Joe. I have to get moving, guys. I got a dog here that's crossing her legs.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Joe.
Yeah.
And thank you all. We had a good, successful trade here this morning, which is always a good way to start the day. Trade well, everyone. Make sure that you are being patient, letting the market come to you. And I will see you for a brief reflection at the end of the day. Happy Thursday, everyone. It's great to be back with you, back online, back in the markets. So be kind to yourselves. Look at this, new low.
Thank you, Hoagie. Speak to you later.
Delta's getting pretty negative again here. We got some aggressive sellers. Have a great day, everybody. Trade well.
Thank you.